Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. The classic threat of fascism. Boy, has that word just completely lost its meaning these days. But of course, it's the argument that the left has been pushing for 10 years at this point. America's fallen to fascism. We've lost our democracy. For 10 years straight. Oh, don't worry. It may not have happened yet, but oh, trust me, it's coming. Oh, you just wait. Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer people are willing to wait until they've run out of charitable benefit of the doubt being handed over to the Democrats. But if this fascism threat were real, I just have a feeling that the Democrat politicians who push this crap wouldn't drop it like a cheap prop the moment, the latest outrage opportunity pops up. I think that's really the tell, right? The same people who spent the last couple of weeks especially talking about a threat to democracy. Oh, a threat to democracy. It's such a grave threat that we need to get together by the millions across the country in our No Kings revolt. But if the threat is so grave, then why are they so quick to pivot? They went from Donald Trump has declared himself king and we lost the country and we need an armed revolution to, oh my God, there's construction at the White House. Oh my God, it's so much corruption. We need to launch an investigation into the renovations happening at the White House. Oh yeah, that really adds to your credibility. What a pivot, right? Obviously, this isn't how you behave when supposedly the republic in itself is in peril. No, more so it's how you behave when your apocalyptic talking points have clearly failed, and so you need to move on to the next melodramatic, phony outrage cycle. Yeah, less of a threat to democracy, less of a fascist emergency, and more of a fake outrage content pipeline. Holy frickin' moly. Let me show you guys what's going on here, and of course, let's interject with some common sense, some logic, and some facts. Leftist kryptonite. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so exactly like I said in the intro, we went from ooh-ma fascism to ooh-ma ballroom. Hakeem Jeffries should probably be focused on legislation, policy, reopening the government, but instead, he's pivoted.
Any executive authority. And more likely, this is part of what Donald Trump has been doing since day one of his presidency, running the largest pay-to-play scheme in the history of the country, and probably soliciting donations from people who've got business before the United States government. And all of this is going to have to be investigated. It will. All of this will have to be uncovered. It will. And these people are going to be held accountable, no matter how long it takes. That's going to be the reality of the situation. And that's our warning to all of these people participating in this scheming to manipulate taxpayer dollars and, of course, to destroy the people's house. The White House belongs to the American people. It doesn't belong to Donald Trump.
We're going to investigate the construction at the White House ballroom. Oh my lord, what a wild pivot. 48 hours ago, democracy was on the brink. People are going to die by the hundreds of billions of quadrillion, thousand billions. And now today it's let's subpoena the architect. Holy moly, I mean, if your cause is really so existential, you don't abandon it in 2 seconds to move on to this performative outrage nonsense. And really the timing tells all, because if they were successful with their No Kings psyop, you think they'd be talking about the ballroom? Obviously not. Here they go again, I guess, defaulting to some of their old tactics. Initially, they wanted to criminalize speech and thought, right, in their indictments against the president. How dare he have an opinion about the last election? He should be arrested. They wanted to criminalize thought, but now, the bottom feeders that they are, no, now they want to criminalize construction. How dare the president donate such a beautiful ballroom to the White House? Don't you know construction is unconstitutional? What a bunch of morons. It's the fake outrage machine, folks. Somehow this is a criminal conspiracy. And if they're not lying about that, they're lying pretending as if this is happening with public funds. Whoopi Goldberg said this.
None of those things were done without permission. Everybody knew it was happening. This, nobody knew when it was happening. Nobody knows how it's happening. You say that it's being paid for by other people, but it's always going to come down to the people. The people are always going to end up paying something. So I don't understand why you don't get that people are saying, wait a minute. Nobody asked. I don't remember asking for a ballroom.
Then we've got this tweet from Call to Activism, one of the biggest liars on social media. Breaking. Oh, breaking, guys. It's breaking. Donald Trump just casually admitted that the ballroom will now cost $300 million. That's 50 more million than he initially claimed. He said it like it was nothing. Meanwhile, they can't afford to save healthcare. Republicans have zero shame. Oh man. Oh, my brain hurts. First of all, going from 250 million to 300 million in this case is actually, in a way, something to be thankful for. Oh, they're going to spend even more of their private, personal money to donate to the White House and the new construction going on there. But obviously the implication here is that they're using public funds, $300 million. And as if that's more than a drop in the bucket in reference to healthcare funding, but the way that they're dishonestly conflating private donations to public spending and public entitlements, it tells you all that you need to know about these people. They are such liars, and it's all performative outrage, it's all fake, and the double standard is made very clear when you look at this video. Here's a CNN clip from 2010, 15 years ago, back when Barack Obama was doing some renovations using taxpayer dollars at the White House.
Sounds like they're building another wing to the White House, but we appreciate you keeping your focus.
You can't even imagine, TJ. It's going to happen for the next 2 years. All of the banging, the jackhammering, the dust, the confusion, the noise of all places to do construction is happening right here, the front lawn of the White House.
It's a 4-year renovation project. Estimated cost, $376 million.
Oh, look at that. All smiles. Oh, modernization of the White House. Beautiful refurbishment. $376 million renovation. Back in 2010, that's like almost $1 billion in today's money. $1 billion renovation that happened under Barack Obama, that was to be celebrated. And what they do, by the way, excavate some dirt at a basketball court? That cost them almost $400 million in 2010. Meanwhile, this president is building a massive gold trim, beautifully ornate crown moldings everywhere ballroom, and the budget's $300 million. If anything, that tells you all that you need to know. They engaged in a taxpayer money laundering scheme, and it was, something to be celebrated. Meanwhile, Donald Trump gets successful Americans and American corporations to donate to the White House for a beautiful new addition that's happening quickly and under budget, and it's a threat to the country. It's a construction constitutional crisis. There's some corruption to be unearthed here. I can't with these people. They're such performative BS artists. And now we've also got some of these clowns claiming that, the difference between what Donald Trump did and Barack Obama did was that Barack Obama followed the law and Donald Trump didn't. David Schuster writes, the difference is that Obama went through the National Capital Planning Commission as the law requires. Plans were submitted, reviewed, revised. Open bids were made/considered. If you can't see the difference between that and what Trump is doing, you are beyond help. The implication, of course, is that President Trump is actually breaking the law here, and Obama went through all the proper channels. Somehow that justifies the exuberant cost and total double standard in response, but again, it's also fake news. Here's an article from Reuters. There has been some ambiguity about which entities have jurisdiction over the project. Priya Jain, who chairs a heritage conservation committee at the Society of Architectural Historians, which has expressed concern about the work, said the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966 normally requires reviews for projects that affect historic buildings. But a carve-out for the White House, the U.S. Capitol, and the Supreme Court and their grounds meant Trump's project was exempt. We have best practices on how to do this, and it would have been nice to see some of that process, even if it was not required by law, she said. Yeah, as if Donald Trump's going to go through that rigmarole. We already saw in the past how the National Archives and Records Administration treated this president, as if he's going to involve these Washington bureaucrats when he doesn't have to. Give me a frickin' break. But again, another lie, the implication that Obama did it legally and now President Trump is illegally renovating the White House. He is fully within his jurisdiction. What he is doing is legal, and Dems are clearly dishonest and desperate. That pretty much sums it up. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.